Hello guys, welcome to Tiny Scroll. Be sure to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. This is Saving Nora episode 12. To see the complete playlist from episode 1, check the link in the description or click the banner on the top right side of the screen. Saving Nora episode 12. Anthony was taken aback by her question. She's Isabelle Anderson. He turned to the side to see Nora leaning back leisurely on the sofa. With her lips curled into a smile, she said lazily, "Isabelle is my middle name. I also have another name, Nora Smith." The whole bar suddenly fell quiet for a moment. Everyone was getting more and more confused. Anthony stared at her in disbelief. "You?" He was so shocked that he could not think of anything to say. Angela managed to react, however. "She's tricked you, Anthony. She's tricked us both. She did it on purpose just to make you look ridiculous. She's turning us into a joke." Nora had ruined her magical proposal. Angela really hated her guts now. Angela shouted to everyone around her. "What are you all just standing around for? Get her. She's ruined everything." Lots of the people in the bar were friends with Angela as well as Anthony. In response to her cries, they began to surround Nora. At the sight of so many people crowding around her, Nora stretched and rolled her shoulders, warming up for the scene she knew was about to come. Meanwhile, Justin had just entered the lobby. He was about to go straight to the elevator when he heard a commotion in the bar. Through the glass walls, he immediately spotted the woman on the sofa. There was a little more frostiness than usual in her perpetually distant expression. There was malice on the faces of everyone around her. From the looks of things, it seemed she was about to be assaulted by the whole group. Seeing that they were about to start, Justin diverted his path and entered the bar. "Stop." Nora had been just about to jump into action, but the sound of Justin's deep, fierce voice made her pause. He strode into the bar, followed by a team of well-trained bodyguards. In no time, they had taken control of the situation. Justin looked as elegant and commanding as ever. He was wearing a luxurious bespoke, hand-tailored suit. His stance and expression exuded a chilly, menacing aura. His cold eyes swept across the place, and he slowly said, "No kind of brawling or fighting is tolerated in Hotel Finest." Nora, who had only just gotten into the mood to fight, slumped back on the couch. "Gee," she thought, laughing a little to herself, "that guy sure has a lot of rules." It was affecting her performance. The entire crowd was frozen, intimidated by Justin's overpowering aura. Anthony, thinking he could still be the one calling the shots, braced himself and asked, "Who are you?" Lawrence, who was following closely behind Justin, answered, "This is Mr. Hunt." "Mr. Hunt from Hotel Finest? Justin Hunt? The owner himself?" Anthony had heard that he was here in California on a business trip. His family had given him 1,001 warnings not to mess with the Hunts. The attitude of the crowd changed drastically. Lawrence didn't understand why his boss had taken such a personal interest in the scene, but since he had set out the rules, they had to be enforced. He cleared his throat, raised his chin, and called out to the crowd, "How dare you try to start a fight at Hotel Finest? What's wrong with you all? Get out." The chastened crowd began to hurry away. When Nora saw that Angela was also preparing to escape with the rest of the group, a sharp look flashed across her eyes. She grabbed Angela's arm. "Angela, there's something you haven't said yet." Angela was already in a panic by this point. She glanced at Justin fearfully, wishing only to leave quickly. She lowered her voice and returned, "Quit acting crazy. Let go of me." "Okay." Nora let go of her arm. Angela heaved a sigh of relief. But as she turned away and was about to leave, a huge force struck her from behind, knocking the wind out of her. Angela hit the table in front of her and fell to the ground. She felt as if all her internal organs were aching. Stunned, she thought, "Did Nora just kick me?" Nora walked over and grabbed her by the hair. In a fervent tone, she said, "Do you remember what you wanted to tell me now?" Angela's eyes widened. Desperately, she shouted, "She's attacking me, Mr. Hunt." Justin frowned. That woman's kick had been unexpectedly powerful. She seemed to have some pretty good moves, which made him feel as if his rescue had been a wasted effort. Before he could say anything, Lawrence stepped forward to reprimand her. "Fighting is prohibited in Hotel Finest, Miss Smith. Do you have no regard for Mr. Hunt's rules?" Nora looked up slightly. She had an innocent expression on her face, as if she were the most well-behaved and sensible person in the room. She replied softly, "But I'm just one person." She had the whole crowd coming for me. I was scared. It was self-defense. Frightened, Angela screamed, "Help!" Out of the corner of her eye, Nora could see a couple of Angela's more loyal friends trying to approach them. She glanced at them coldly and said, "Are you ignoring the rules? Coming after me again?" They backed away slowly. Seeing that no one would try and interrupt them again, she looked down at Angela. She hadn't planned to be harsh. They were still half-sisters, after all. She had only wanted to know the whereabouts of her son. But now that she knew, Angela and her mother had played a part in sabotaging her as a child, messing with her hormones when she was only 5. The fury she felt outweighed her sense of restraint. She sprinted toward a meek-looking Angela and hissed in a dreadful voice, "If you continue to keep silent, I'll beat you up so bad, you won't even recognize yourself anymore." The trembling Angela couldn't hold it in anymore. She burst into tears and said, I'll talk. I'll tell you what I know about your other child. Thanks for watching."